Hello everybody, my name is Luke Mar, this is Hot Mode, and today on Hot Mode we are going to be looking at our first fashion conspiracy theory, which is that Marc Jacobs is actually a design thief, and so are the brands that he has worked for, which include his own eponymous label, Marc Jacobs, and Louis Vuitton, amongst other members of the LVMH company. Before we get into the actual video though, if you guys are looking for a channel that talks about fashion in the most fun, sassy, bitchy, analytical way, this is it. So you can go down below, hit the subscribe button, turn on my post notifications. You're here already, what do you have to lose? If you guys like these kinds of fashion conspiracy theories, like we 100% can keep doing them and I would love to, so like let me know with a like. Also, if you guys want to see more from me, you can follow me on Instagram at Hot Mode. Also, just as an FYI, my shoulders are not actually this big. This shirt just has shoulder pads, so I feel like a football player. It's amazing. Okay, so I have heard about this girl. Her name is Angel Barta. She is a Hungarian model and clothing designer, and she has been accusing Marc Jacobs of stealing her designs for 6 or 7 years. She has a blog spot where she details all of the conversations, the text messages, the voicemails. She compares the photos between Louis Vuitton and Marc Jacobs ad campaigns and editorials and her own photos that she has taken. So there's a very hefty amount of evidence that she has against Marc as a thief. So we'll read the original post, we'll read some of the dialogue that she reports having with Marc, and we'll look at some of the photos that she is accusing Marc of stealing. So let's get into it. I'm gonna be reading it really dramatically because like it's super funny, so like bear with me. So it is Style Angelique Blogspot, and the title of this post is Marc Jacobs been torturing a young designer for 7 years. He copied her work. It was posted on Friday, September 16th, 2016. I'm here to share with you the sad truth about famous American designer Marc Jacobs. There is something the media hides from you. Jacobs is a behind-the-scenes puppet master. He controls and pressures many celebrities. He is an egomaniac and wants to control everyone. He's been terrorizing and torturing me for 7 years since I was 16 years old. I first met Marc Jacobs back in 2008 in Paris when I was only 16. Right off the bat, he took notice of my unique style and my eye for fashion. He thought that since I was a young, innocent girl, he could easily seduce me with his promises of fashion design career in the fashion industry. Okay. In 2017, I sued Louis Vuitton and Christian Dior at the tribunal in Paris. Just a quick question, why are you suing Dior if Marc Jacobs has never designed for Dior? Just a question. He did not let me become a model because I denied to do the humiliating things he asked me. He made a sneaky plan to steal my ideas, copy my designs, and enjoy the success and the money he could earn with my talent. After a while, the more I got to know Marc, the scarier and crueler person he revealed himself to be. Over the last few years, I realized that Marc Jacobs is the manipulator of the century. He wants to control the entire media machine. I just have a hard time believing that the man that did the Perry Ellis grunge collection and made grunge a thing was stealing designs from this girl who we met in 2008. Just my personal opinion. Marc Jacobs has been stealing my designs, my style, my photos, and my concepts for 7 years. My unique fashion designs have enticed him to reproduce my creations across the brands he has his hand in. He wants to be the most powerful person in the entertainment and fashion world by using my ideas without my permission. Marc has never even had like a significant documentary made about him. Like Anna Wintour has 2, Iris Apfel has 1, Dries Van Noten, Raf Simons. Like Marc's never had one besides that like one of him at Louis Vuitton from like the 90s, and it's not really a cultural moment, so I just need to know how he's trying to use the entertainment world as a platform to steal your ideas. He steals my designs with illegal dirty tricks. Just as an FYI, I'm pretty positive Marc Jacobs does not steal design ideas because design ideas usually are never patented, which is the legality of ideas. So I just need to know what are the illegal dirty tricks. Thanks. He hacked my cell and my computer. That's a serious allegation. He read all my text messages and emails without my permission for many years, even today. After I exposed the truth via my blog spot, I got more life-threatening messages. Examples? Like, do you have the evidence? I need to see the evidence. Jacobs wants to hide me in the fact that he has been using my work from the fashion industry. Since he discovered that my unique style sells well, he plans to continue hiding me and stealing my designs as long as possible. This has been going on for almost 8 years. So in 2013, I decided to start a blog about my story to let the truth be known, with the hope that having the truth out there, he might be persuaded to finally leave me alone. Just because he is rich and famous does not give him the right to pass off a rising designer's work for his own, and he does not have the right to invade into my personal life. I wrote a 500-page book about my story with Marc Jacobs. In my book, I wrote candidly about my experiences with Marc. I included his perverse, dirty demands, our long conversations, emails, voicemails, and texts with the cruel puppeteer. He was continuously telling me that he would tell in public that he designed my work. You can read an excerpt from my book here. Oh, bitch, you know we're gonna read an excerpt from the book. Amazing. Okay, so the excerpt from the book, I thought maybe it was like a link to an Amazon account or like an Amazon link, but nope, it's still on the same blog. The following is excerpted from Fake Fashion, my true story with fashion designer Marc Jacobs, the cruel manipulator of the century who's been torturing me for 6 years. Okay, let's start reading this dialogue, which is not really a dialogue, it's just text that I'm pretty positive is going to be made up. Angel, I don't understand something. If you really love me, then how can you stand breaking my heart every time you have a fashion show? Why can't I be a model in your show? I would really like to. Marc, okay, you will be in my fashion show in Paris. You'll wear every single piece of the collection. You're a perfect model for my fashion show. I love everything about you. You are the greatest fortune in this life. You have the treasure of seeing everything in a different way than everyone else, and you always say what you think. I admire that in you. Angel, and what about the other models? Marc, you will be the only one in my fashion show. I won't call any other models because no one is like you. No one can compare to you. They're not on your level. You would stand out so much from them. You know you really are special. There are no words to describe how professional you are. I'm sorry, this sounds like a Marc Jacobs and this random girl fan fiction, and I need to know, like, is this girl thinking she's having sex with the openly gay Marc Jacobs, who is now engaged to a man? So, like, let me know. Just let me know, like, who wrote this fanfic and who's living their best life. Angel, do you really think I am that good? Marc, of course, darling. You are way better than Kate. You are the best model in the world. Now, this girl honestly wrote and typed out these words where she says that Marc Jacobs said that she is better than Kate Moss as a model. Bitch, you crazy. Bitch, I know you're making this up because I'm pretty positive nobody would ever say that to a random who nobody knows. What? Like, girl, you crazy. I'm not reading any more of this dialogue shit because it's ridiculous. Okay, we're back to the original post. We've left the other post. As soon as Marc Jacobs realized that I have talent in fashion design, he started to hate me. He hates talented people because he has no talent. Again, I'm gonna reference the Perry Ellis collection. That's talent. He is trying to pressure me by copying all my work with other people, other models. He copied 700 of my work in the last 7 years with designers, stylists, photographers, and models. More of Jacobs' ad campaigns have been banned in UK. For example, in 2013, the Daisy ad with Dakota Fanning for sexualizing underage girls. The thing about that is, Marc Jacobs doesn't really have all that much control over the Daisy campaigns because I'm pretty positive that the perfume and fragrances are owned by like LVMH, so I'm sure that he doesn't have all the power in determining what those ads are. Just as an FYI. In his acting debut, Jacobs played a porn baron. Jacobs said, "My character is Harvey and I run a house for minor in-age internet porn. It's all virtual. People go online and they talk to these kids about their fantasies or whatever. I'm sort of father of them in the house, the Fagin of all these wayward kids who come and stay in this house," Jacobs explained. "In the end, I'm not really a bad character." Marc Jacobs is talking about a role that I'm sure that Marc Jacobs did not write for himself, so how is this accusational? Okay, we're at the photos. Love. So I'm gonna go through a few of the photos that I found really funny. So Angel Barda is saying that in 2008 she wore a green and white gingham dress. She's accusing Louis Vuitton and Vogue Japan apparently of stealing her idea because Marc Jacobs designed a green and white checkerboard dress for his Louis Vuitton collections and Lindsay Wixon is on the cover. She says that the headband is also a big part of it, but then again, let me just say that you did not invent the green headband. They're also like different dresses. Like checkerboard and gingham are different prints, so like, no. Next up is a Louis Vuitton 2014 campaign where the girl is putting her head on a Louis Vuitton bag Angel Barta is saying that in 2011, she put her head on a Louis Vuitton bag and that Marc stole her idea. Well, I understand where you could see that and it being a Louis Vuitton bag that you're resting your head on. I just wonder the origins of the resting your head on a bag pose, because I'm pretty positive that I've seen that not just from a Louis Vuitton campaign. So I'm just wondering the origins of this pose. So next up, Angel Barta 2011 is standing next to a horse in a, looks like a farm. So then she's comparing it to a Louis Vuitton 2016 ad campaign where Leah Seydoux, which was shot by Patrick de Marchigny, is also standing next to a horse. Now let me just say that standing next to a horse is not your idea. It's just standing next to a horse. I'm not saying that they don't look similar, because they do, but like, then again, in fashion, a lot of the times people have the same ideas at like the same times, or like people have just never heard or seen of other people. So like, I just can't be like, yes, this is stealing. Like, doesn't seem that way. See, and then we get like more accusations where they're like, they get farther and farther apart, and you're just like, girl, what are you talking about? 2014, she is wearing a pink dress and running in her backyard, because I can see the backyard furniture that I'm sure that my parents also have. And then she's comparing it to a 2016 Louis Vuitton campaign where the girl is also running. Now I'm just gonna let you know, you did not invent running. So what part of this, where the dresses are different, one of them is a crop top and a skirt, you're wearing a dress. I'm just wondering, like, do you think you invented running? And if so, I'm just gonna let you know you didn't. This is my other favorite one. She's wearing a black top. I can't even see what else she's wearing, because it could just be a dress. It might not even be a crop top. And it has like jewels, like cheap jewels, hot glued onto the straps. Now here she's comparing a Louis Vuitton look that is a black crop top with a metallic and industrial kind of strap with grommets and all those other kinds of things in it. Here's where the problem comes in. Girl, this is Nicolas Ghesquier. This is not Marc Jacobs. Marc Jacobs did not design this, because Marc Jacobs did not do Cruise 2016. This was one of Nicolas Ghesquier's first collections. So like, let me know, is Nicolas Ghesquier also stealing your ideas? Because like, if so, like, put that in the title of the fucking blog post, blog spot, or whatever, too, because I just need to know. Here's another good one. Angela Barta 2008. She's wearing a white dress with a white headband. Marc Jacobs for Louis Vuitton in 2013 is Cara Delevingne wearing something white with a white headband. Let me just say that Angela's or Angel's headband is finished and completed bows. Cara Delevingne's is one uncompleted bow, while Angela's is 3 completed bows. So let me just say, again, you did not invent the idea of a bow. Like, you didn't invent headbands. So like, please let me know how you think you invented headbands. I don't understand. Another good one, Angel Barta, 2008, in a white fur coat. And then in 2014, she's accusing Keira Knightley in a Dior campaign of stealing her idea, where the Keira Knightley looks like feathers, not fur. I just wonder, like, girl, did you think you invented, like, a white fur coat? And the camera? And photos? Like, I need to understand. Because, girl, you didn't invent any of this shit. Like, you just took the photos and then put them online. Or I don't even know if you put them online. Maybe they're in, like, your personal fucking SD cards. But, like, I need to understand. Like, are you still accusing Marc Jacobs of, like, stealing all your designs? Are you accusing Raf Simons of stealing your designs as well? Like, I need to know. Here's another great one. Angela Barta, 2010. She is being shot from a downward angle with clouds behind her. In 2015, Dior shot from a downward angle and the model has clouds behind him. Just wondering, do you think you A, invented the downward angle shot, or B, invented clouds? Because I need to know. Also, now you're accusing Chris Van Ash of stealing. Like, you're just accusing the entirety of LVMH of stealing. Here she's accusing Rihanna. I'm not even sure that this is a full Dior look of stealing her style, because she's wearing a red cardigan with a black and white dress, while Rihanna is wearing a red fur coat in a black satin dress. I think she's accusing Rihanna of stealing because she's wearing like little hosiery and shit like that. But like, again, girl, let me just say, you're not, you know, inventing any of these things, and these things are like very detached from each other. They don't like all make sense, so I need to know. Here, are you accusing, like, Rihanna's stylist of stealing your ideas too? Because, like, I'm pretty positive that Raf Simons never designed any of whatever she's wearing. Just an opinion. She also accuses Natalia Vodianova of stealing a bunch of her different photos. Let me just say that Natalia never took any of these photos, so I don't really understand how she's stealing your poses. Cause, like, she didn't take the photos. She just does what she's supposed to do, which is be a model. So I don't understand. Okay, we're back to the article. Not only does he greatly influence fashion, but he slyly pulls the strings of many celebrities, the entertainment industry, and even the film industry. He controls and pressures many singers and actors by using his clout in exchange for their participation in his schemes. That's just called fashion PR. I know it's very sly and scary. It's a scary place to be. I've worked there, but he's not the only person that does it. Like, it's just called fashion PR. He then gets them campaign contracts and magazine covers, which equate to money and fame. In return, they take dirty pictures for him. They wear his clothes and are seen with him in public, and do what he dictates in their public lives. Marc Jacobs' sick fantasies stand out in his editorials and in the performances of today's biggest stars. This bitch really thinks that Marc Jacobs controls a whole lot of shit. Let me just say that currently, Miss Jacobs don't control all that much. Marc Jacobs supports and controls Terry Richardson, Daisy Lowe, Dotes and Crows, Jennifer Lawrence, Gemma Ward, Robin Thicke, Kirsten Dunst, Natalia Vodianova, Lady Gaga, Miley Cyrus, Kanye West, Rick Owen. Does he though? Miranda Kerr, Leah Seydoux, Kendall Jenner, Gigi Hadid, Fanning Sisters, Sofia Coppola, and Beth Ditto. That's a long list of people that Marc Jacobs is puppeteering. I don't know if he has enough hands for all of that. Here's a really bad picture of Katie Grand, which is a mean photo to put on the internet. Who is this woman on the picture? She is Katie Grand, the main supporter of Marc Jacobs. Katie Grand helps Jacobs in his sneaky, cruel games. Jacobs controls the celebrities through Grand. She is a stylist and editor. Works with most of the big fashion brands, magazines, and celebrities. Louis Vuitton, Dior, Prada, Miu Miu, Chanel, Gucci, Stella McCartney, Vogue, W, etc. Okay, so she's now saying that Katie Grand also is a thief and is a manipulator. Great. Yeah, I'm pretty positive Katie Grand isn't doing all of that. I'm pretty positive she's just like the stylist that Marc uses for the majority of his work. So like, what? Oh, she's also accusing Moschino. Let me just see all the people she also accuses. Pharrell, Stella McCartney, Giles. Yeah, she's a big accuser of people. Interesting. So the end of the story really is I read this thing by Vice where they talked to Angel and she just continued to seem a little bit cray. And then I also read this other article where Marc said that he met Angel at his gym and said that she was wearing some crazy outfits and she said that she wanted to be a model of his and he let her down very gently. So, yeah, let me know if you think that Marc Jacobs and the entirety of LVMH and any stylists or other brands associated with them are thieving from Miss Angel Barda. Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys do like these fashion conspiracy theory videos, I like doing them. They're funny, they're like ridiculous. So like, let's keep doing them. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video and TTYL.